Yo, what is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the top 10 best shooters in NBA 2K24 MyTEAM, ranking them on this list right here. But before we hop into the video, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 15,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I'm uploading every single day. I upload 5, 6, 7 videos a day every day. Would really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe for awesome daily MyTEAM content. Without further ado, let's hop right into it. At the number 10 spot, I am going to go with Carmelo Anthony. I am actually very high on Carmelo as an offensive card, but this isn't really just about offense. This is about specifically shooting. And Carmelo has a very good release, but I wouldn't say it's like the best release in the game. It's a very good one for sure. There's no doubt about that. And he's shot real. I mean, he's got what, an 89 three ball, incredible shooting badges, every single shooting badge in the game on at least gold, pretty much except for Green Machine and Volume Shooter. And honestly, those are like, I would say not that important. I mean, Green Machine's a pretty important badge, but he's got basically everything you could possibly ask for, of course. His release isn't insane. His movement to get open is pretty good, but not ridiculous. His fade is only normal. Normal is a good fade, but it's not the best fade. And I think one of the fade animation does matter, in addition to your jump shot and your stats and badges and all that type of stuff when I'm talking about just you as a shooter. And his fade is not insane, but he's a very good card. He's an incredible shooter, really good release, definitely an elite level card. At number 9, I'm going to go with Allen Houston. This is a card that I have not used very much, although I did do gameplay with him, and I did think he was actually pretty solid. This Allen Houston card is not a bad option at all at the shooting guard position. He can timing burst. He's got a high enough ball handle for that. His shooting badges are very, very good, very, very complete. Has all the key ones. Decent speed, very good shooter. Corey Kispert base clay up on normal is really, really good. A Pro 2 leaner is also an elite leaner. He's a really, really good all-around card. Very good shooter with super good shooting badges and has a really good release with an elite leaner. He's definitely up there as one of the better shooters in the game. At the number 8 spot, I'm still going Sapphire Duncan Robinson. I don't know what it is about some of these lower tier cards as shooters, but there's a few of these guys who are rubies, sapphires, emeralds who are insane and on this list for a good reason. I mean, I understand Dunk is not a shot creator. He's not a defender at all, and he can't really do much except for shooting. His shooting badges aren't quite as good as what we saw with Allen Houston, but his release is one of those that just snaps green. Super fast, super easy to green, super duper tough to stop. Normal leaner though, I will say Allen Houston does have the better leaner and he's better shot. Okay, I'll switch it. I'll move Duncan down just a little bit. I think this is probably fair. I would say Houston is better, but it's pretty close. I will say that. Tyler Hero is who I have at number 7. I really like this Tyler Hero card. I was very impressed by him when I did gameplay with him. He's 6'5", short wingspan, but doesn't really matter as a shooter. Shooting badges, he's got Hoff Blinders and Deadeye. I love the Hoff Blinders badge. Rest of his shooting badges, he has Gold Agent 3, Catch and Shoot, Corner Specialist, Limitless Range, Silver Green Machine. Can be upgraded, all that type of stuff. Really high 3-ball, 93 is one of the highest in the entire game. And then he's also got a very good dribble style. He's got really good movement. His fade is super good. It's his own fade, but it creates a lot of space, especially going right. And then he's got his release on normal, but it's still a super smooth, easy release. He's got one of the highest 3-ball ratings in the game, some really good shot creation ability to get open, as well as a very good standstill release and an elite fade. That's a card with a top 7, who is a top 7 shooter in the game right now. Michael Porter Jr. just has one of the best catch and shoot releases in the entire game, which makes total sense because he's one of the best shooters in the world in real life. And MPJ is very high on this list as well, deservingly so. He's really big. Him being 6'10" is actually a big advantage for him because he's harder to contest because of how tall he is. 90 shot 3, high release point, really good shooting badges, including Hoff Catch and Corner Specialist. Like I said, really great catch and shoot shooter. Elite level cone on the offensive end of the court is what you're getting out of Michael Porter Jr., but he's also got a great fade. Well, normal fade isn't incredible, but I had some really crazy shots with MPJ when I was using him in his gameplay. He does a lot of things really, really well on the court, and his catch and shoot release is one of the best in the entire game. He's an absolutely elite shooter, and I think he does deserve a higher spot, very, very high on this list. Yes, I have an emerald in the top 5. It's Luke Kennard. If y'all have used Luke Kennard's release, y'all know why. It's one of the best couple releases in the entire game, and I mean, the stats and badges are certainly not shabby. 93 ball, great shooting badges, including Silver Limitless, has Gold Catch and Shoot, Claymore, Corner Specialist, Silver Agent 3, Blinders, Green Machine as well. The badges may not be quite as impressive as a couple that we've seen on this list, but the release is one of the most impressive releases that I think there is in this entire game. Kennard release is really, really good. It's super fast and snap screen. Absolutely elite release, and I think Luke Kennard is legitimately one of the best shooters in the game. Unfortunately, the Grizzlies are terrible, so the odds of him getting very many upgrades in the in-season tournament are low. They already lost their first game, so he only has 3 more potential chances at upgrades, so his max upgrade would be Amethyst, but they are looking bad right now, so it's a good chance Luke Kennard doesn't really get any Evos, but even as an Emerald, he's an incredible level shooter. Buddy Hield is going to be my number 3 spot, or number 4 spot, I should say. Buddy is only 6'4", so he's a little undersized, but he has a little bit of shot creation ability, really good shooting badges, everything on gold except for Space Creator. 92 3-ball is one of the highest ratings in the game. His release is one of the fastest and smoothest as well. And his fade is fine as well. He's got trade dribble style, which is also very good. Gives him a little bit of shot creation ability. But overall, I like this Buddy Hield card. I think he's a better card than Kyle Korver. I will say I don't think he's a better shooter than Kyle Korver. Spoiler alert, he'll be on this list. But Buddy Hield is an incredible shooter. He's got an incredible release, really good shot creation abilities as well. And I think he's just an absolute elite 3-ball shooter with a very high rating as well. At the 3rd spot, going with Peja Stojakovic. I think Peja, Hoff Limitless. I think he's also got Hoff Catch and Shoot, so he's got a couple of the best shooting badges in the entire game. Yeah, Hoff Catch and Shoot and Limitless Range might be 2 of my favorites, as well as Gold Blinders, Claymore, Deadeye, Green Machine, Guard Up, Agent 3, all that stuff. 96 3-ball is like the 2nd highest 3-ball rating in the entire game, so he's an insanely good shooter, and his release is also really good. Normal leaner is fine. His release is amazing, though. Very high release. He's very big at 6'10", just like MPJ, but with that Hoff Catch and Shoot and Hoff Limitless Range, as well as the 96 3-ball, I should say. He is an absolutely insane top-tier shooter. Kyle Korver I have at number 2. I did have Kyle Korver at 1, I think, in my last shooting upgrade list. The reason he's not number 1 anymore is because of the lack of shot creation with this card. He is the best offline shooter in this game, in my opinion, by far. You just literally pass him the ball and shoot over anybody, and it's basically going to go in on it if it's on any lower difficulty. But on a higher difficulty and online, he can be a little bit tougher to use because you have to create him open with plays and things like that, or off of screens, because he can't really shot create himself very much. But he has, in my opinion, arguably the best release in the game. The Korver base is ridiculous. MJ dribble style, the Curry slide, and an absolutely incredible 3-ball with a great rating and a great release. He is an insane card as a shooter. I mean, he was, before the shooting patch that they screwed up the gameplay with, this Kyle Korver card was obnoxious. He was cooking the best shooting guards in the game for a lot of points. Like, he was insane, and his fade is really good too. He is a ridiculously good card. With the shooting patch that has been honestly ruined the gameplay, it's definitely taken away from Kyle Korver because you can't really create the space, so he gets a lot of speed ups and slowdowns online now, but he's still one of the best shooters in the game. And then Steph Curry is number 1 in my opinion. Steph was behind Kyle Korver on my last list. I'm going to put him above Kyle Korver on this one. 97 3-ball shooting battles are absolutely ridiculous, and then his release is one of the best in the game as well. The only reason that I had Kyle over Curry is because Kyle was able to green every single terrible shot before the shooting patch, and the shooting patch, well, I'm not a fan of it. It did kind of fix the greening stupid shots nearly as often, but I still would really like to see that patch reverted. I think it ruined the game with all the slowdowns and the way the game has to be played now. But that's a topic for another day, and I think y'all know my thoughts on that to a certain extent, at least. But Steph is probably the best shooter in the game now, that the fact that he can shot create better than Korver, as well as the fact that Korver doesn't have that ridiculous advantage where he just greens every single heavy for whatever reason, is something that I think gives Steph the slight edge. And I mean, he does have the best stats and badges of any shooter in the game, so it makes sense that he would be right up here at the top. There are some guys I left off this list who are incredible shooters as well. Guys like KD, Paul George, Kyrie Irving, players like that. So a lot of great shooting options in my team, but I like the fact that this lineup is kind of mixed, or this top 10 is kind of mixed. We got a lot of top tier cards. We got some real budget options as well, which is pretty good for those of y'all who are looking for people to make more shots for agendas or whatever the case may be. But that is good for this video. I hope y'all did enjoy. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.